Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show and the Transfer Roundup. It's been a very busy few days. They said it was going to be a quiet January, not many signings going on. But look, it's been nothing of the sort. We've seen signings already go through, like Philippe Coutinho. We've seen Newcastle do some business with Kieron Trippier, and recently today with Chris Woods among some, and also Luca Digny, who's now he's also followed Philippe Coutinho onto Aston Villa, and I dare say their business has not finished yet. But we're going to go through the roundup today of stuff that's been done. There's some latest news as well, so we'll talk a little bit about that as we go along. But let's go. Mikel Arteta has said in his press conference just before the Nottingham Forest game that he's looking for another midfielder in the transfer window, and after the departure of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Well, I tell you what, let's stay on the facts of the Arsenal midfield situation. There's been three midfield players that Mikel Arteta has been looking at over the last few weeks. Those three midfield players have been Arthur Melo of Juventus. It's been Bruno Gumirez, and it's also been Gini Wijnaldum. Arsenal have had talks with all of them. All the situations are different. Gini Wijnaldum wanted game time, and he wasn't happy at PSG, so there was talks between the two camps. Big Arsenal fan, Gini Wijnaldum, but he's starting to get game time now, and that one is sort of, it's gone a bit quiet. The next one is Bruno Gumirez. Now, Bruno Gumirez, it seems to be the favourite of Arsenal fans, that this is the guy that they want to be brought in. But Arsenal need someone in January, and this guy's going to cost round about 47 million. And so Arsenal don't want to do that. Arsenal want to bring in a loan and then look again at the situations in the summer. So Bruno Gumirez doesn't fit into Arsenal's psyche at this moment in time. Also, they don't know how Lukonga's going to do, and if he starts to play well, they could be wasting a lot of money. So it makes sense to do a loan, and that loan player at the moment is looking like Arthur Melo. Now, Arthur Melo of Juventus, some call him a flop from Barcelona. He costs around about 82 million euro. He's just not having a good time of it at Barcelona. So he wants to move on. He wants to go to pastures new, and Arsenal have had talks with his agent. Now, the situation there with Arthur Melo is that what Juventus have to get someone in first before they even think about Melo coming to Arsenal. I've seen in a few accounts today that he's signed, Melo's coming, but it's not that clean cut as yet. Juventus have got to get another player in. So that's the one that's farthest ahead at the moment. So yeah, Arthur Melo, keep your eye out on that one. We'll go on to other Arsenal business in a little while, but we'll carry on with the roundup for now. Crystal Palace are one of the clubs said to be interested in signing former Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey. Eagles boss Patrick Vieira, when asked, he said, "I like the player, but he's not too sure about his availability. But obviously he's a terrific player. I think he would fit well in Newcastle. I really do. I think he fit there in that midfield there nicely." We've just spoke about Lyon midfielder Bruno Gumirez. He's as I said, he broke his silence on the move to Arsenal in January. The 24-year-old, he carries himself quite well on the pitch and off the pitch, and he's already said that he's approached his agent. But as I said, it's not as clean cut as that. It's a little bit, it's a little bit more to do. look, it's a big signing. It is a big signing, but we'll see what happens there. Newcastle doing a lot of business already. They're certainly planning on doing more. Newcastle considering making a loan offer to Manchester United for Anthony Martial, and Anthony Martial just not getting any game time. We've got the World Cup coming up next year, and he needs to play. Newcastle are looking for players. For me, a loan deal fits. So again, something that is well worth keeping an eye on. Official now, it's Torrento have signed Lorenzo Insignia on a pre-contract. Now, what a signing that is. I mean, Spurs were looking at him. One of the top players in Italy, Italian international. We see him in the Euros. He's outstanding. So, well, what a signing for Toronto, and good luck to them. Going back to Arsenal's midfield, AS Roma have signed Ainsley Maitland-Niles on the loan from Arsenal. There's not a buy option included in that. The medal is completed. He's done. He's a Roma player, so he'll be working with Jose Mourinho next season. Sorga, he joins from IFK Gothenburg from DC United. Eric Sorga, he left DC United on a permanent basis to join Swedish side Gothenburg. The striker on a loan is on a loan deal from VVV Venelo. No, with them. Short this week to sign a deal with Gothenburg, and then that will run until 2025. Now, the signing that's probably not just Arsenal fans are talking about this week. I think it's every single news outlet is talking about, and that's Florin forward Dusan Vlahovic. Now, to cut out all the ins and outs, and to get to the layman's terms on this, Dusan Vlahovic, everything is done apart from Dusan Vlahovic's frame of mind. He's unsure. There's another club that's in for him for January who would pay the money. They're in the Champions League. He wants to come to Arsenal. I can assure you he wants to come to Arsenal, and the money's not a problem. The only problem is his frame of mind, and he's taking time to think about where he wants to spend, a good part of his career, and hopefully, as far as Arsenal fans are concerned, the rest of his career. So I can't blame him for that. Arteta spoke this morning, and he said that that they was in for big players, and the way it looked to me like as if there was something happening. And from what I'm doing, working day to day, it seems to be something will happen on this Dusan Vlahovic, whether it's in January or whether it's summer. So look, let's just keep our fingers crossed there. We all know that Newcastle had made a bid for Lille's Sven Botman. Sven Botman wanted to leave. He wanted to go to Newcastle, but Lille wouldn't let him go. It's as simple as that. They didn't let him go in the end, so he stays. Whether that will be a different story when it comes to in the summer, I don't know. It could all change. I don't want people coming back to me and saying, "Oh, you said this in January that he wasn't coming to Newcastle." This is a January thing with Sven Botman. They need him for the rest of the season. I think once it gets to the summer, personally, I think he'd be off. Liverpool are prepared to offer Barcelona and Spain midfielder Gavi around £80,000 a week to land his signature. Manchester City, they're also interested in the Barcelona youngster who has a 40 million release clause in his contract. He's a good player. He's going to be talked about the whole of the next 5 windows, I would have thought. So, yeah. Aston Villa, they're interested in Brighton's Marley's international midfielder, Yves Bissouma. Thing was there is that Graham Potter has come out and said that they want to keep the player and that he was going to leave the decision in his hands. So, yeah, I mean, Aston Villa are going for it, aren't they? So it's no surprise to me that they're after this guy. I mean, he's a good player. He is a good player. What we got next? We're going on to the Arsenal midfielders. Something that's been talked about, I think, ever since the start of the window, and I think a couple of weeks before the window started, is the AC Milan midfielder Frank Kessie. Spurs, very similar to Arsenal with the Dusan Vlahovic situation, is that they're going all out to try and get Frank Kessie. They tried to do a little swap with Tanguy Dembele. They don't want the swap. They didn't want to do that. They wanted some money in January, and that's the only way they would do it. His contract runs out in the summer, and then obviously he's a free agent. There are contract talks between Kessie and AC Milan, but they're not going well. They keep stopping. So yeah, Conte likes him a lot. Patricia likes him a lot. He tried to get him from when he was at his last club. So yeah, Frank Kessie to Spurs again, another one. Keep your eye out. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he's obviously at AFCON at the moment. His future at Arsenal looks... Is it over? Is it not over? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if it is or it isn't. But there may be something in it when you think about like the push that Arsenal going for Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, they're going hard for Dusan Vlahovic. So when you hear something about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the fact that he could be leaving, there's got to be something in it. Unless they're planning on playing them together, which personally I can't see. But Barcelona has been mentioned for Aubameyang. Juventus have been mentioned for Aubameyang. But we all know that he's got, he's on £300,000 a week, and they're going to have to pay that wages. So, look, let's just see what happens with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. For now, he's over at Gabon, so all's quiet. So I dare say when he comes back, we'll get to know a little bit more about what's going on with Pierre. Okay. Newcastle are interested in signing Hugo Ekita, if that's how you pronounce it. The 19-year-old scored 8 goals in 17 Liga 1 appearances this season. We have been told that a new striker will come in before the weekend. Now, that was 2 days ago. Today, Chris Wood's come in. Say no more. Tottenham Hotspurs has signed a midfielder, Yves Simunden, if that's the way you pronounce it. The contract with the club is until 2023, and she will wear the number 24 shirt. So good luck to her. Good luck to her. Marseille are in talks with C. Kolasinac. This one looks done as well. I think Udinese are interested in it as well. And what I do want to add to that as well, Pablo Mari is in talks with Udinese as well. So there could be 2 Arsenal players going on to off to Serie A to play for Udinese. So that's C. Kolasinac and Pablo Mari. Interest come up today for Pablo Mari. Not long before I come on to tonight. And also you've got Napoli. They're also interested in C. Kolasinac. Tottenham will consider formal offers for Dele Alli to leave the club this month. Ali has made 18 appearances in all competitions for Spurs this season, and he scored 2 goals. Don't know what's happened to Dele Alli. Was a terrific player. He's lost a lot, and they've had a couple of managers come in now, Spurs, haven't they? And he's not the player he was, is he? So yeah, we'll see what happens with Dele. PSG and Barcelona are two of the leading clubs contended to sign Arsenal and Dutch striker Vivian Medina. That surprised me, but yeah, we'll see about that. Then we have got Tottenham have been rejected with an 18 million bid for Ajax for Steven Bergwijn. Spurs want more for the winger. Yeah, Spurs want more for the winger. Why do they want more for the winger? Probably because Traore is worth more. Sometimes you just look into things and you look into that thing and then you look into that thing and you put the two things together and they combine and then you go bang and then you've got your answer. So the fact that, you know, they want to get rid of Bergwijn, the fact that Tottenham are heavily linked with Armanda Traore, makes a lot of sense that they're obviously trying to get the money for the wing back. They wanted to be a wing back, didn't they? Wing back for the Wolves winger. Lex Pogman's winger, Jakub Kaminski, 19-year-old. He will join Wolfsburg in the summer for reported 10 million for a 5-year contract. We've got one of the biggest signings of the summer so far, and probably what you would call the worst best secret so far. Philippe Coutinho, he passed his medical. He's an Aston Villa player. Paperwork's done. He flew to England, and then now he's on loan from Barcelona. One thing I'm not sure if there's an obligation to buy on that. I do apologise on that one. I'm sure maybe someone in the comments, or you can tell me whether there was an obligation to buy. I'm not 100% sure, but one thing we do know is that Philippe Coutinho is an Aston Villa player, and me for one is excited to see him play. Kessie are willing to give Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta whatever he needs to bring in top-class signings to the club in January and in the summer. The Gunners are in a position where they do not have to sell players. Music to Arsenal fans here, I would have thought that would be. Middlesbrough have signed Arsenal striker Florin Balagun on loan until the end of the season. The deal, 20-year-old, is isolation after contracting COVID. He got COVID along with Granit Xhaka and Martin Odegaard. Tanguy Ndombele, another one who's sort of given up on, it seems. He's looking for an escape route from Tottenham. But a move from Serie A appears unlikely due to reports of the midfielder that Juventus and Roma are not really interested in the player. Maybe they've heard something about him. And when he came to the Tottenham, he was so exciting, wasn't it? I was excited to see him play. I was quite jealous, to be honest with you, when he came. But there you go. Never mind. I'm sure they're going to bring someone to replace him, and that might be Frank Kessie. Sky Italy are reporting that AC Milan directors are on the hunt for a centre-back. The major investment is needed. Nathan Ake from Manchester City is the newest name to the top of their list amongst the Premier League targets. Newcastle also interested. Now, with the fact that Sven Botman is now not going to Newcastle, Nathan Ake for me on a loan would be ideal. It's a no-brainer for me. Nathan Ake, Newcastle, loan 6 months, keep him up. Used to play with Eddie Howe. You heard it here first. Manchester City could pursue Croatian captain Luka Modric, who is unhappy with a contract renewal offered by Real Madrid. The 36-year-old current deal at the Spanish club runs out at the end of the season. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You can imagine I've just got that from someone. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's what it says. Newcastle could turn to Everton's English centre-back Matthew Holgate as another defensive option. Very, very, very probable. Very, very likely. That could happen. That could happen. Marcelo Brozovic has agreed to sign a contract extension with Inter Milan until 2026, snubbing a higher offer from Newcastle. Poor Newcastle. I mean, it's sad, really, isn't it? I mean, but at the end of the day, I think Newcastle have got to look at this and they've got to say to themselves, we're in a position here. We're second from bottom in the Premiership. We're going to have to buy it. We can't look at players like Brozovic, Dembele, Coutinho's and all this and Botmans. They're not really going to come. Bamiyangs, players like this. They're going to look elsewhere. They're not up for a relegation fight. Probably players like Chris Woods, Nathan Ake. That's where Newcastle need to be. And but certainly not, nowhere near someone like Marcelo Brozovic. And then we go on to Trina striker, Andre Balate. He has snubbed a move to Newcastle. Ah, dear. What can you say? It's getting a bit sad, isn't it, for Newcastle? Yeah, but doing a good situation, got a lot of money. They just got to ride this season out, I think. Yeah, and as he wants to the end of the season, Belotti's deal with the Stade Grande Torino expires at the end of the season and doesn't seem willing to extend it. I could see him just staying there on a free, and that's it. Right, according to reports in Italy, Juventus have identified Zenit striker Sardar Azmoun as a possible replacement for Federico Chiesa, while Leon Bruno Gumirez is an option in midfield. Newcastle United have also been leaked. I'm not saying anything. But yeah, Federico Chiesa, incredible footballer. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's out with ACL till the end of the season. Might be wrong, may not be as bad as that. But yeah, he's still a big problem for Juventus, and they certainly need to bring someone in to replace him. Bayern Munich are now close to agreeing a contract. They have agreed a contract now with Kingsley Coman. So he was playing up a bit, wanted more money, wanted a longer country contract than what people Bayern really wanted to give him. But in the end, it all worked itself out, and he got his new contract. And Kingsley's an happy man, and I dare say Bayern Munich are a happy club as well. So everything's happy in the garden. Chelsea are trying to compensate around 4.5 million to recall Emerson Palmieri in January. Not easy to do that. Olympia Lyon have already turned down their approach 2 times. Yeah, I mean, they've got the injury now, haven't they, Chelsea, to Ben Chilwell, which, and I think they've got an injury to someone else. Is Lonzo injured? I'm not sure. But they're short and they need someone. With Digne going to Aston Villa, I mean, because Chelsea were linked, I'm pretty sure that it could be something there that Chelsea have already got their man, and we haven't heard yet. But yeah, it sounds like it, and it might be Emerson. It could be Emerson. He may be coming back, and they may have sorted out a deal. Giovanni Lo Celso's departure from Tottenham is imminent. That shocked me. Good player. Atletico Madrid are one of the interesting parties. Lo Celso's quality and versatile, and he has seen Diego comment fall in love with the competition. So, yeah. What else we got here? Juventus. Back to Juventus again. Juventus will change the terms of Paulo Dybala's contract. So now the striker stay at the club may be in doubt after all that contract talks, and now it's in doubt again. His current deal expires at the end of the season, and the Bayern had reached an agreement over new year €10 million a year contract. I don't know what that was at. Maybe he'd been a naughty boy or something. Who knows? Roma are set to return for Arsenal's Granit Xhaka in the summer. Jose Mourinho has not given up on hope on bringing the Arsenal midfielder to Rome. We mentioned a little bit earlier, Chris Wood to Burnley. That's done and dusted. Newcastle have their new striker, and I don't. For one, I think he'll do all right. I don't mind Chris Woods. He's the type of striker they need. He's used to that fight in Premiership. He knows what it's all about, and and I think Eddie Howe knows that. I think he knows that, and obviously they need someone desperately because of the injury to Callum Wilson. So, yeah. So we got here Manchester United defender Eric Bailly is I'll come to a little bit added to this in a minute. Is now Milan's primary target to replace Simon Kjaer, with the Rossoneri looking for an initial loan deal. Now we've heard that Manchester United are saying that he's not available, and considering their defence isn't fantastic at the minute, unless they buy someone in, they certainly can't afford to get rid of players like of Eric Bailly's class. Manchester United again have made an offer to Dennis Akira and are already in contact with the player. Borussia Mönchengladbach about to make a bid for the 25-year-old who is in the last 6 months of his contract. So another one Man United fans to keep an eye on. Then we've got Nabil Fekir, blast from the past. He's signed a new contract. And then what have we got here? We've got the Aston Villa player, Answar El Ghazi. He will be an Everton player by the end of tonight. He may be already an Everton player. A deal has been agreed for a loan from Aston Villa. Now this was a strange one just before we came on tonight. Arsenal are interested in signing Leicester City midfielder Youri Tielemans and have held talks with the agent about a potential move. Discussions have taken place with the 24-year-old and representatives at London Colney in recent weeks to explore the situation. Now, I've heard from a very, very good source that this is no chance, Arsenal. No chance getting this guy, and it does seem a long shot. For one, I can't see how Leicester would let him go. I don't think really Arsenal need a Youri Tielemans, but it's out there. It seems to be all over the place, but I've been told that it's no chance. But we'll see. Right, finally, Moussa Diaby looks to be leaving Bayer Leverkusen in the summer as the Frenchman sets his sights on a competitive and Champions League club. He's an excellent player. He is an absolute excellent player, and I think he'll have suitors lining up for his signature. And look, that's all for tonight. That's everything. You've got everything. If there's anyone in the comments who wants to ask any questions, I can spend 5 minutes just doing that for you. If there's anybody over in Twitter and you want to come across, please subscribe first. And if you want to ask me anything, I'll do my best to give an answer for you, no matter what club you support. But it's been a busy time. It's been a busy window, and clubs like although Arsenal haven't bought anybody yet, it seems to be that they will be busy. Aston Villa, they've brought players in. Newcastle, they've brought players in, and I think even like tomorrow, you're going to find that there's going to be quite a few more signings that are going to get rubber stamped and sorted. But yeah, it's a busy window. It's a busy window. But look, before I go, just please, could you, if you're on Twitter and you're watching now, and I know a lot of you do on Twitter, if you could just, do us do the channel a big favour and come over to YouTube and whack that subscribe button. The transfer people on there, they work tirelessly to try and get the news to you first. So yeah, just go onto the YouTube, even if it's after I've left tonight, and click the subscribe button, click the like button, and yeah, just keep on the Transfer Exchange Show page, and you'll be there and you'll see the whatever happens first. So yeah, but so it's going to be interesting. But look, until then, we've got the Man United show is tomorrow, so make sure you watch that. But until then, peace out, stay safe, and wash your hands.